Hi everyone, you're welcome back to me channel, and we welcome you to the second part of what we called the 5 powerful spiritual forces against Governor Wike. In this very slide you are seeing here, you are seeing Governor Wike needs spiritual deliverance after presidential primary election. Governor Wike, who was the presidential candidate, has refused to acknowledge the experience of other southeastern politicians and individuals who have been betrayed by the cabals and other groups in Nigerian politics. You may be excelling in your state politics, but when it goes to national politics, you see a difference between the state and the national. In the state, you may be the champion, but when it goes to the national, you see many champions coming out. Betrayals and backbiting takes the reign. His failure and on-the-side betrayal by his own personal northern friends brought a lesson of what is called blood is thicker than water to him for the first time in his political life. It is not something great. People doubt what others tell them, but as Christians, we relate our experiences from the Gospel of John when it comes to the issue of Thomas, Apostle Thomas, and Jesus Christ's resurrection and the fellow apostles. Thomas refused to believe the resurrection of Jesus Christ and his appearance to the other apostles, 10 apostles, until he insistently said, until he sees and feels Jesus himself. This is related to the politics of Nigeria and what Wike saw apparently during his primary elections to the post of presidency. He has never played international politics before. He does not know what it takes to play international politics across the southeast, across the southern Nigeria, where north and south meet at the playing ground. Well, before we continue, we will thank you, our good listeners. Those who have subscribed, we thank you. We continue praying that God will provide for you as well. And those who have not subscribed, we ask you to do so. You hit the notification bell, you give us thumb up, you also like and share all our news to your loved ones. It doesn't matter who they are, you share to them. That is what you have to do. But however, let us continue and go straight into our news analysis. As indicated in part 1, Governor Wike built his confrontational machinery pattern of governance like General Buhari, military and the civilian regimes. As you may know, Buhari was one-time military head of state. His antecedents never changed, even as a civilian president. He did not, at any point before undertaking his journey to greatness, try to amend patterned divisions and the indoctrinated hatred propagated by northern Nigerian-led military regimes in the southeastern state against those they believed was their problem, especially the southeastern states or southeasterners, propagated by Britain, northern military regimes, and the Organization of Islamic Countries or Conference, whatever they call, between 1969 to 2022, the date. As a youth, Wike grew up in a institutionalized, confrontational, corrupt, and divided nation like others, including everyone who grew up in Nigeria. You grew up to see corruption. You grew up to go to ministry. They ask you to give something before you cross the gate. You grew up to see military killing people anyhow. You grew up seeing police doing anything they want. You grew up seeing politicians embezzling money and doing anything. That is the environment Nigerians grew up between 1969 to date. It has never changed. They don't want to change the system. Well, let's continue. This institutionalized system is a device encouraged by evil military regimes of all types, coming from the time of General Yakubu Gowon to Murtala Mohammed to Olusegun Obasanjo to Buhari himself to Babangida to Abacha to Abdul Salami, back to Obasanjo again, still back to Buhari. Nothing has changed. The system has remained the same. So this pattern has in fact been in all parts of every Nigerian and has become the lifestyle and the type of system most of the Nigerians has adopted for their own life system. Therefore, Mr. Wike, relegated what we said earlier, peace with all men. The spirit of forgiveness is there despite the evil pattern of the military, but there are some people in the country that still have peace in their minds, that live with peace, live with all people, have the spirit of forgiveness, that have adopted the far distant friends, and also has expanded their political goodwill across the nation. Yeah, that is good, and that makes the life more appreciable. But in a democratic dispensation of Nigeria, where Wike grew up, most politicians adopt the military lifestyle, adopt the military corruption, adopt everything that they've learned, because those players are still in control of the political system till today. In a democratic dispensation like Western world, political career is built through friendliness and friendly atmosphere. But in a militocratic system like Nigeria, plotting with impunity like military coups, maneuvering opponents through adoption of lies, killings, hatred, and intimidations are being practiced. That is practice of politics in Nigeria. These machineries adopted by the military is also being adopted by Governor Wike. Me News understood that there are unfriendly relationships amongst certain politicians, and that was why Wike made the pronouncement that he was betrayed by southern politicians. But however, investigations by Me News shows that the spirit of betrayal indeed has spread amongst the politicians. The spiritual warfare was at work indeed when it comes to the time Governor Wike was pursuing his political ambition, and also in control among southeastern governors. Wike, as a politician, divided the political mathematics of South into two stanzas. He relied passionately round few political class. He relied his political movement on very few friends of his in southeastern region. Those groups included the governor of Imo State, the governor of Abia State, Governor Ibazo, the governor of Delta State, Governor Okewa, and the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Udom Emmanuel. These are the friends he made within the political governors in southern part of Nigeria. Has this helped? That is the question. Did this help him in his political pursuit, in his political career to gain the presidency? No, but he relied much on the northern politicians. That was why he built his relationship through Sokoto. And the Sokoto Caliphate was the basic and the headquarters of his political strength in the north. He relied on these few southeastern governors and had much in the north. On 24th May, Governor Wike created a political chaos amongst all he has done. He has been in politics for quite some time. He began during the time he left university, then till he became Minister of Education and later Governor of Rivers State. So he has had enough experience to maneuver, to put his ways through. The battle of presidency began with 5 spiritual forces that waged heavy battle against him and his ambition. That is what played out. And what are these spiritual powers? The spiritual powers that played out were spirit of feud, spirit of anger and pride, spirit of the dead, spirit of dictatorship, and spirit of blood is thicker than water. That is what played out in his confrontationality. That is all. He was confrontational, and it played out against him. In these spiritual powers, it led him to have many enemies. There is no doubt that these forces are all blocking forces in the spiritual realm. Aftermath of election left blames on all southern politicians and governors. But his egoistic tendencies made him to not understand what happened to him. Actually, he did not understand what played out. He was responsible, on the other hand, to his own failure, but labeled all this to fellow governors from the south or southern Nigeria or southeastern Nigeria. Indeed, from this analysis, sometimes problems are created in different ways, and these problems may be in form of poor thinking habits. It may be in form of jealousy. It may be in form of lack of knowledge. It may be a poor speech habit. It may be relationship disaster. Inability to coordinate good relationship. It may be position intoxication. It may be different religious views and ethnic intoxication. In all this, we see what played out. We see what played out. When it comes to the issues of spirituality, what Wike suffered was those of spirit of feud. He was indeed a problem maker. There was a feud between him and the national chairman of APC. He is called Uche Secondus. He is a River State man. He is his elderly statesman. He helped him to mount the position as PDP chairman. But what happened next? There was a problem between them. The feud between them, the Secondus was the national chairman of PDP. Actually, it should be said that Wike did everything to help him to grab the position. But he wanted to take control. It got to the extent that Wike had to take him to court. They forced him to resign. When the man said he is not going to withdraw, Wike on his own side said, why I won't withdraw from the case against Secondus. Secondus on his part says, I will not withdraw as chairman of PDP. So it became personal on the part of Wike, who took Secondus to court to force him to resign. This was reported by Punch of 12th September 2021. The problem became so much that the PDP had to appoint a committee led by Senator David Mark to resolve the party's crisis, to reconcile between the two, but it never came to pass. Wike continued. He accused Secondus of mismanagement of the party, causing loss of party members, especially those who defected to APC from Cross River State. This did not stop there. As a man of problems, he went against the former governor of River State, Rotimi Amechi. Amechi was the governor who handed over power to him. He ruled between 2007 to 2015. So, Wike, in his own administration, allegedly said Governor Amechi, the former Governor Amechi, during his time, defrauded River State government of 96 billion naira. But on the other hand, one of the activists in the state has called on Governor Wike Amechi should cease fire on useless political war. They know this is politics. This came about purely this time. Both Wike and Amechi are vying for presidential race. He did not stop there. He did not stop there. He went further to Goodluck Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan was the former president of Nigeria and a member of PDP. He never resigned his membership, but he was being pressurized and wooed and propelled to join APC at all cost. But Governor Wike was not comfortable with that. He told him not to go. He should remain. Even when he wants to go back as president, he should do so on the auspices of PDP. So this never go well with Wike, this proposal to join APC. This was reported by Punch on October 1st, 2021. He warned Jonathan, 2023 presidency, APC wants to humiliate you, and I ask you, don't defect. Wike wants Goodluck Jonathan, but Goodluck Jonathan did not heed to that advice, and he passionately informed him that the respect will be withdrawn when he joins APC, and which is playing out. The feud did not stop there. Wike is a man of all areas. He's an area boy. He wants to control everywhere and dominate everywhere. He did not stop in Rivers State. He has had it with Secondus, has had it with Rotimi, he has gone to Bayelsa in the area of Jonathan, then he has entered into Imo State. Despite the fact that they have a controversy over 17 oil well ceded to Rivers State from Imo State, which they were all, dragging, and they went to court. Eventually, the court decided, but we will come to that later. So he went to Imo State. On getting to Imo State, you have the governor of Imo State, Governor Ozodema. What happened? In the publication of Guardian newspapers of 4th October 2021, it was reported that how Governor Wike came to Owerri and insulted Governor Hope Uzodinma, all in the name of politics, declaring Uzodinma has failed and should not be re-elected. So he is controlling the Imo State and assessing what Uzodinma has done, and eventually he declared him a failure. Well, Me News Channel learned that Uzodinma was not elected anyway by the people of Imo State, but was imposed on the people as reported by the newspaper. He was imposed by a court. So, nevertheless, he is still the governor and nothing has happened. Governor Uzodinma, on his defense also against what Wike has said about him, he described Wike as a man who is notorious for his intolerance. The governor stated he would not allow Governor Wike to export the politics of bitterness and violence, which he has domiciled in Rivers State. Governor Wike is a man of dominance. So they noted him as playing politics of bitterness and violence. However, Governor Uzodinma reminded Wike that Igbos still bear him a grudge about his dubious role in killing Igbo people in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State. He further reminded Wike that no one believed his denials, and in other crimes he would be dragged to International Criminal Court for this very action. This is very good, because Uzodinma himself has committed similar crimes. Many people has been killed since he entered as the governor of Imo State. If, on the other hand, he realized that killing Igbos in Rivers State would take Governor Wike to International Criminal Court. Therefore, he himself is preparing his route to International Criminal Court because he is committing the same crime. So, maybe he may be a witness against Wike, and Wike, on the other hand, may be a witness against him when both are taken to this International Criminal Court. And this is reminding those Imonites and IPOP members, there are ways, the route has been opened for you because the governor himself has realized that Wike committed serious crimes. And he himself, on the other hand, is doing what Wike is doing, or Wike has done in Rivers State. Therefore, both of them have their route and their ways straight to IICC, or International Criminal Court of Justice, into where both big political journals will defend themselves on what they have done to Igbo youths. The feud did not stop there. He went further. Wike went further to Omahe. He went further to Ebonyi State. In Ebonyi, he was telling Omahe to relinquish his position as governor of Ebonyi State, having defected to APC. This was reported first on March 13th, 2021, where Governor Wike told Omahe to resign. But on the other hand, Omahe accused Governor Wike as mastermind behind his current legal imbroglio in the country. This was reported by Vanguard newspaper of 25th March 2022. This is also reported by Guardian on 14th March 2022. Omahe, on the other hand, stated how Wike masterminded court judgment sacking him. This was reported by Daily Post newspapers on the same 14th. His battle in the southeast or southeastern region did not stop with Omahe. He went into Edo State. In Edo State, it was between him and the governor of Edo State, Obaseki. This is a political war. In fact, there is a political difference between Governor Wike and Governor Obaseki of Edo State. Governor Wike shunned the Edo State government house while in the state as part of his meetings with delegates of PDP ahead of presidential primaries for 2023 election. This was reported by Vanguard on April 15th, 2022. This is the battle. You find out that the battle did not stop with Secondus, who is from the southeastern state. It did not stop with Rotimi Amechi. It did not stop with Uzodinma. Neither did it stop with Governor Omahe. It has been extended to Edo State and the person of Obaseki. But did it stop there? That is the question. And if he had been fighting all this group of people, then who will be the person he is accusing that did not want him to, the region did not want him to get the presidential ticket? Obaseki rift with Wike caused PDP neck to be postponed when he was in Edo State. But did it stop there? the rift never stopped there. It went one further. Then the next victim was former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, and the presidential candidate of PDP. This time, Wike was angry again. His anger rose that he, Peter Obi, resigned from PDP. Wike reacted to Obi's exit from PDP presidential race. This was reported by Premium Times of May 26, 2022. Wike stated, "I went to Anambra and told them, don't waste your votes on him," he said. This did not only anger Obi, not necessarily of not voting for Obi, but the reaction of Wike when Obi resigned from the party, PDP. Mr. Obi fires back at Wike. "Leaving PDP does not question my integrity." This was reported by PM News on 28 May 2022. See the build-up Wike made for himself before the primaries. So he has been at war with many of the governors from the southeastern state. He has been at war with everyone very close to him. This war did not stop there. He sacked his cabinet, his commissioners, on the 24th of May, before he went for his primaries. He sacked every member of the cabinet. Reasons remains unknown. No person knew unless he explained reason why he sacked every member of his cabinet before going for primaries. But as a proud man, the spirit of anger and the pride still rule him. He has money. The spirit of money is there. He has everything. He can take control of whatever situation he wants to do. But did his battle stop there? No. His battle never stopped there. He went further to the Nigerian Bar Association. Wike accused the NBA of what is called paper tiger allegation. He believed that Nigerian Bar Association was not doing enough to help in the regulation of laws in the country, especially when they were fighting for not only resources control, but tax control. So as a result, they were not supported by the Nigerian Bar Association, of which he is a member, and he accused them that they are only good in issuing statements, calling them paper tiger. This was reported by Sahara Reporter on 18th May 2022. In response, NBA stated, "Stop using NBA for your political ambition," lawyers tell Wike. This was reported by Guardian of 20th May 2022. You find out that he is indeed moving this train. By every angle something happens, he will go there to fight. Though he may be doing that in a very good mind, he may be trying to correct some certain errors, but the manner and the approach matters a lot. So the reaction of the NBA was that Wike is using them to fight for his political career. This did not stop there. He waged war against the National Boundary Commission. After the case of Imo State and the River State over 17 oil well relocated or Imo State was claiming. So he accused the National Boundary Commission, headed by Adamu Adaji, of playing politics, of taking bribe and trying to cede perhaps the boundaries to Imo State. This was another claim. But did it stop there? No. What next? There was this issue of spirit of death. Spirit of death possessed Wike during his time when he was vying for his political careers. You see, as president to be in 2023, you look at all the forces, look at all the things, all the fight he has been from political. Then he entered into the issue of killing Igbo youths in Oyibo. And what was then, what was reported, is what I'm going to inform every one of us. Killings in Oyibo and Wike. Governor Wike is accused of the Oyibo killings. The Sun, Nigeria, 9th November 2020, at the time it was reported. The avoidable violence killings in Obibo. The avoidable violence killings in Obibo. This was reported by independent newspapers on 5th November 2020. Again, Oyibo, soldiers allegedly shooting residents. Amnesty International reported on 2nd November 2020. You found out that in many areas he has created enmity. The spirit is pushing him to create problems all over the region, because he accused the governors of not supporting his political bid to become the president of Nigeria. And you look at the battles he has and the confrontations with all the governors, almost all the governors in southeastern state. Politicians, ordinary people, youths, there have been problems he created. Well, let us see his Wike and the southern governors. Wike and the southern governors. How did the southern governors commit crime against Wike? What did they do to him to warrant the allegation that they failed after agreement to produce a single candidate to support the region? At the end of the day, they failed to support him. How would they support him when he has polluted the air in the entire region? How would they help him? That is the question. These allegations is responsible for this analysis. The governors in the southeastern region, if they coordinate themselves and agree on a particular purpose, on a friendly terms and a friendly basis, on the understanding, I think they would have come out en masse, irrespective of their parties. They would have liaised and conducted themselves in a manner that is so friendly, so openly, to give him that required support. But he did not. And Wike is accusing them of betrayal, of betraying the region or regional agreement. If he had agreement with them, he could have been so sincere, so clearly open to ensure that there is indeed clear and passionate ground for his political progress. Indeed, I should conclude in this very program that Governor Wike did not have a fertile ground and never prepared for a fertile ground for him to emerge from the south, but he prepared himself indeed a ground in the north, and as a result, this spirit that possessed him left him at the very last minute point. The spirit of blood is thicker than water. There is this spirit. He is a very good friend of Tamberwell. He may be blaming Tamberwell, but there are a lot of spiritual forces he has refused to put himself in order to combat those forces until the last minute, where he arrived at the auditorium when he was preparing, having the ovation, getting himself open to gain the ticket, but the last minute spirit acted against him. And what is that last minute spirit? Is the spirit of blood is thicker than water. You see Atiku, you see Tamberwell. They are from the same bloodline. Wike is an outsider, but Atiku and Tamberwell are both Fulanis, both Muslims, and they are coming from the same house of Atiku in Sokoto. It's a prince, and they can't satisfy you. And that is the politics, the national politics of Nigeria. When they say those from the south are not getting anything, it's because of the same spirit of blood. Bloodline spirit is waging war against the southern politicians. No matter whatever you do, no matter whatever dance you do, you dance with them, no matter whatever title they give to you, no matter how many people you keep for them in the south as governor. Because when Wike returned from visit from Sokoto in 2020 was the time he began to attack the Biafrans, the IPOPs, the Igbos around him. He proscribed IPOP, all in the name to satisfy the Sokoto Caliphate. But at the end of the day, when he's supposed to have succeeded and for the Caliphate to reward him, they failed him. He could not get that support. And returning in shame, he came back to accuse the South or the Southern governors of not agreeing or betraying the regional agreement. This is the way. The joy of teamwork is high. While he was busy abusing those who could have worked with him, the Northerners, the Fulanis, are busy doing a teamwork, bringing themselves together, and indeed, the teamwork makes a dream work and brings success. This is a lesson Wike has to learn. It's not only him. This is a lesson all southern politicians, especially those from the southeastern state, old southeastern region, because Nigeria is divided into three. One north, irrespective of from the boundary from Benue State, Kwara State, till the end of Kanu, Katsina, Maiduguri, Kanu, all those Sokoto, all those boundaries. They are Gongola or Taraba, whatever they call, Borno, all those till the end of those areas. they are the North. They are one. But in the South, we are two. And that is the main reason why people should realize it is not a mistake. Nevertheless, we have to tell ourselves the truth. It is nevertheless a mistake. The country was in three portions. That is why when you see Pa Ayo and Edwin Clark saying that we have tripod nation, before the amalgamation, we have two countries in the south. One is the Niger Coast Protectorate. The other is Lagos Colony. Then finally, the other is Northern Protectorate. So, the three is not by coincidence. It's not the colonial masters that did it. It has been there before they came. All they do is to bring everybody together. So when the Northerners are doing their things, there is politicking between the Southwest and the Southeast, and that has always left them to lose to the North. It's not that the Northerners are doing it deliberately, but it is those Southerners. After all, in 1906, Lagos Colony and Southern Nigeria, what they call Southern Nigeria, then it has become from 1914. We are much, even before the amalgamation of Nigeria, these two states, these two countries were separately on their own. Then, after which in 1906, they were merged together by Governor Egerton that brought them together. What next? What next? It was then that the amalgamation in 1914 brought everyone on the same platform, not without a negotiation, unfortunately, but as a business entity. From there, this mentality of one Nigeria grew up. No person is against one Nigeria if it was built on foundation of agreement between the North, the West, and the East. It has been left porous, and that is where there are a lot of problems. And unfortunately, the Northerners, not even the Northerners, the group of Fulanese oligarchs in the North took the advantage, and that is what everybody is suffering, and that is what Wike suffered. Wike do not blame the politicians within the southeastern region or southwestern region, but blame yourself for not playing the real politics of uniting everyone from the regions before going to the national level. Thank you very much. I thank everyone for listening. Until we come to you with our next analysis. If you have not subscribed, I remind you again, please do subscribe, share, and put the notification bell. As you do so, God will bless you all. Bye.